The member for Higgins has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Will the Treasurer remind the House how the Morrison government's strong economic management continues to set up the Australian economy to bounce back strongly as COVID-19 restrictions ease, and is the Treasurer aware of any alternative policies?
The Treasurer.
Well, thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I thank the member for Higgins for her question and acknowledge her experience as a paediatrician at the Royal Children's Hospital for 28 years, Mr Speaker, and as a Fellow of the Australian Academy of Health and Medical Sciences. A real achievement, Mr Speaker. Now, the member for Higgins, like others on this side of the House, know that today consumer confidence jumped for the 6th week in a row, Mr Speaker, and last week business confidence was up. And job ads are now 21% higher than they were at the start of the pandemic. And that last week, Fitch Credit Rating reaffirmed Australia's AAA credit rating and upgraded our outlook. And today, the Reserve Bank's minutes came out for the month of October, and they said that they were expecting the economy to bounce back strongly, Mr Speaker. And they said that the labour market had been more resilient this year than last year, and that in New South Wales firms were already looking to hire, Mr Speaker, ahead of those restrictions being lifted. This is the strong economic recovery that Australians could look forward to. This is the $17 billion that the Morrison government has put to support families and businesses through the Delta outbreak that will help support a strong economic recovery. Now, I'm asked, are there any alternative policies? Well, the Leader of the Opposition in the last 2 years has had two big economic ideas in his head, Mr Speaker. Last year, you know what it was? It was a structural productivity-enhancing reform of a national driver's licence, Mr Speaker. That was going to see the Australian economy have a lift-off, Mr Speaker. Well, this year we got nothing in the budget in reply, so we've been waiting. We've been waiting with bated breath. 76 days ago we got it, Mr Speaker. $300 cheques to people who have already had the jab, Mr Speaker. $300 cheques to people who have already had the jab. Now, Mr Speaker, in the words of the Leader of the Opposition, this was going to be a $6 billion conversation starter. What it will do is spark conversation around the workplace, around communities. Have you got your $300 yet? Is a conversation we want, Mr Speaker. Well, I tell you who didn't want the conversation. His own shadow cabinet, Mr Speaker, because Senator Gallagher went on Insiders on Sunday and was asked by David Spears, should the government offer $300 to everyone or not? Senator Gallagher, I think probably the time has passed for that, Mr Speaker. It was a policy that was made on the run. It was a policy that was dumped on the run.
The Leader of the Opposition.